Live with purpose, the truth beyond happiness. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I invite you to embark on a journey beyond the surface, beyond the constant pursuit of happiness, beyond the din of a world that incessantly tells us to smile, achieve, and consume. Today we are diving into something far more powerful, far more lasting, and far more fulfilling than happiness. I want to talk about purpose, the kind of purpose that gives meaning to pain, direction to confusion, and value to every breath you take. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well." These words are not just poetic, they are revolutionary. They challenge everything we've been taught about what it means to live a good life. So, take a deep breath and let's explore what it truly means to live well. We live in a culture obsessed with happiness. Everywhere we look, people are trying to sell it in products, lifestyles, and images carefully curated for perfection. We scroll through social media and see people traveling to exotic places, smiling under perfect lighting, laughing with friends, and living what seems like a dream. We start to believe that happiness is the goal, the ultimate prize we must chase at all costs. But here's the truth. Happiness, as beautiful as it is, was never meant to be the purpose of life. It's a feeling, fleeting and fragile, that comes and goes like the tide. If we build our lives on the pursuit of happiness alone, we'll forever be chasing something that keeps slipping through our fingers. Because happiness depends on circumstance, but purpose depends on choice. Purpose is not about what you get from the world. It's about what you give to it. It's not about collecting moments of pleasure, but creating moments of meaning. Emerson begins with a word that many of us overlook: useful. To be useful is not glamorous. It doesn't shine like fame or sparkle like success. But it is the quiet, steady force that shapes the world. Being useful means making a difference in the lives of others, even in small, unseen ways. It could be as simple as being a good listener, helping someone through a hard day, or doing your work with integrity. The beauty of usefulness is that it doesn't demand recognition. It asks only that you care enough to contribute. When you focus on being useful, life starts to feel fuller. The question shifts from, "What can I get?" to "What can I give?" And in that shift, you find something far more satisfying than happiness. You find meaning. Think about the people who have touched your life. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. Maybe it was a friend who showed up when you thought everyone else had forgotten you. Maybe it was a stranger whose kindness came when you needed it most. These people may not have been rich or powerful, but they were useful. Their presence mattered. They left fingerprints on your heart. That's what usefulness does. It creates ripples that go far beyond what we can see. It's how we leave behind a legacy that outlives us. But Emerson doesn't stop there. He adds another dimension: to be honorable. Honor is a word we rarely hear in modern times, yet it's the foundation of a life well lived. To live honorably means to live with integrity, to do the right thing even when no one is watching. It means refusing to compromise your values for convenience, popularity, or gain. In a world that often rewards shortcuts and deception, honor is an act of quiet rebellion. It's saying, "I will stand for truth, even if I stand alone." Honor is not about reputation, because reputation is what others think of you. Honor is about character. It's who you are when no one else is around. It's the strength to admit when you're wrong, the courage to keep your word, and the humility to treat others with respect, even when they don't deserve it. When you live with honor, you build trust, not just with others, but with yourself. And that trust becomes your compass, guiding you through the storms of life. Then comes compassion, perhaps the most profound of all. Compassion is the heartbeat of humanity. It's the ability to feel what others feel and to care deeply, even when it's inconvenient. Compassion turns empathy into action. It's what allows you to see someone's pain and say, "Your suffering is mine too." We often think compassion is weakness, but it's actually one of the greatest forms of strength. It takes courage to remain kind in a world that sometimes feels cruel. It takes strength to forgive when anger would be easier. Compassion softens the edges of the world. It makes us human. And when you live with compassion, you create a bridge between yourself and others. A bridge built not of words, but of love, understanding, and grace. Now let's talk about what Emerson means by "to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well." To live well is not about luxury or leisure. It's not about having the perfect job, car, or relationship. Living well is about depth, not comfort. It's about being fully alive in every moment, awake to the beauty, the struggle, and the lessons that life offers. Living well means showing up even when you're tired. It means loving deeply even when you're scared. It means giving your best even when no one notices. When you live that way, you don't just pass through life. You participate in it. You engage with it. You make it better. So many people today feel lost, anxious, or unfulfilled, even when they seem to have everything. The reason is simple. We've confused happiness with purpose. We chase happiness like it's a destination, but purpose is a direction. Happiness is a feeling. Purpose is a compass. And when you follow that compass, happiness follows naturally, not as the goal, but as the result of a meaningful life. The world doesn't need more people chasing happiness. It needs more people living with purpose. People who wake up each day asking, "How can I serve? How can I love? How can I leave this place a little better than I found it?" Sometimes, though, purpose isn't born in joy. It's born in pain. Life has a way of breaking us open, of stripping away what's shallow to reveal what's real. Pain is not the enemy. It's the sculptor of your soul. It's in the heartbreak, the loss, the failure that you often find your true calling. Pain teaches empathy. Failure teaches resilience. Loss teaches gratitude. If you've ever suffered, you know what it means to appreciate kindness. If you've ever been lost, you understand the power of guidance. That's the paradox of life. Our greatest wounds can become the source of our greatest wisdom. So when you're going through something difficult, remember, your pain has purpose. It's shaping you into someone stronger, softer, and wiser than you were before. When you live with purpose, something magical happens. You start a ripple effect. Every act of kindness, every honest choice, every word of encouragement sends ripples into the world. You may never see how far they go, but they matter. Maybe the smile you give today saves someone from giving up. Maybe the advice you share changes someone's path. Maybe the love you offer plants a seed that will grow long after you're gone. The smallest actions, when done with purpose, create the biggest impact. That's how legacies are built, not through fame or fortune, but through love, integrity, and compassion. We often measure success by what we can count: money, followers, possessions. But true success cannot be measured in numbers. It's measured in moments, in the lives you touch, the hearts you heal, and the difference you make. The richest person is not the one with the most things, but the one whose life enriches others. So ask yourself, what does success mean to me? Is it the applause of others, or the quiet satisfaction of knowing I live with purpose? Because when you're gone, no one will remember how much you owned. They'll remember how much you gave. One day, someone will speak your name after you're gone. What will they say about you? Will they say you were happy? Maybe. But more importantly, will they say you were kind? That you stood for something good? That you left people better than you found them? That your life mattered? Legacy isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in everyday choices. It's built in the way you treat people, in the way you show up, in the love you share without expecting anything in return. Living well means living in a way that your absence would be felt not because of what you had, but because of who you were. Living with purpose doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require you to have all the answers or to fix all the problems. It just requires you to show up, to be present, to do what you can where you are with what you have. Sometimes the smallest act, listening, smiling, forgiving, can change someone's entire day. The small things are the big things. Don't underestimate them. Every moment is an opportunity to live well, to be useful, honorable, and compassionate. But purpose isn't always easy. It will challenge you. It will pull you out of your comfort zone. It will ask you to sacrifice, to grow, to stretch beyond what feels safe. But that's where life truly begins. Comfort keeps you where you are. Purpose takes you where you're meant to be. The journey of purpose is not smooth, but it's meaningful. Every struggle you face on that path shapes you into the person you're meant to become. When you live with purpose, you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" You begin to see life not as an obstacle course, but as a classroom, one designed to help you grow in strength, wisdom, and love. And here's the beautiful paradox. When you stop chasing happiness and start chasing purpose, you actually find happiness, the kind that lasts. Because happiness that comes from purpose isn't dependent on circumstances. It's the peace that lives inside you, even in chaos. It's the joy of knowing you're living for something bigger than yourself. It's the quiet contentment of a life that means something. When your days are driven by purpose, happiness follows naturally, not as a prize, but as a companion. Imagine living a life that speaks, not through words, but through example. A life where your actions inspire others to believe, to hope, to love. A life that whispers, "You can make a difference too." That's what it means to live well. It's not about being remembered by millions. It's about being remembered deeply by a few. It's about leaving behind not just memories, but meaning. Emerson's words remind us that a good life is not measured by the years you live, but by the difference you make. So as you move forward, ask yourself, am I chasing happiness or am I living with purpose? Am I seeking comfort or contribution? Am I existing or am I truly living? Because the truth is, the world doesn't need more people who are simply happy. It needs more people who are alive, people who are brave enough to care, humble enough to serve, and strong enough to make a difference. To be useful, honorable, and compassionate, that is the essence of a life well lived. Maybe your purpose is to create, to teach, to heal, to love, or to inspire. Maybe your purpose is still unfolding. That's okay. Purpose isn't something you find all at once. It's something you grow into, one act, one choice, one day at a time. Every time you choose kindness over cruelty, integrity over convenience, giving over taking, you're living your purpose. Every day you show up with love in your heart and honesty in your hands, you are living well. And that's all any of us can hope for, to live well. So today, stop chasing happiness. Start building meaning. Start being useful. Be honorable. Be compassionate. Leave people better than you found them. Make your time on this earth count. Because when your story is told, may it be said that you didn't just exist. You lived. You made a difference. You loved deeply. You lived well. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me today. If this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of what truly matters, please share it with someone who needs to hear it too. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. Together, let's build a community of purpose, compassion, and honor. A place where we remind each other that life's true goal is not just to be happy, but to live well. Until next time, stay inspired, stay kind, and remember, the purpose of life is not to be happy. It's to be useful, honorable, and compassionate. To live and to live well.